Hey guys, this video that I'm about to analyze is protected by fair use. It is for the purpose of commentary and education. It's not for profit. It's for free. I hope you enjoy this video.
One of the questions that I get most often. Earth is a very tough school, and I have so many comments on these videos with people saying things like, why would I choose to come back here? I never want to come back to Earth. I don't want to experience this again. I want to be in the spirit world. I want to be in love and peace. Why would a soul choose to keep putting themselves into these horrible situations over and over and over? In the book Journey of Souls, Dr. Newton has this exact conversation with a client, and I think you'll all find this transcript really interesting. In this transcript, we're going to hear from a soul who knows another soul, Mark, who does not want to come back to Earth anymore. He's done. He's checked out. He does not want to come back. And the soul explained the process of how guides work with souls and why souls ultimately do choose to reincarnate again.
This girl, she always refers to this book, The Journey of Soul, and the Dr. Newton. I haven't actually looked them up. I don't know who it is, but it sounds like another Dolores Cannon, a shield to me. So a lot of gaslighting in that book. I mean, I don't really need to go search. I can just tell. And the girl in this video is obviously very brainwashed by this book. And she's accepted this book as the truth. And then the same as usual, she goes on to go, this is why we choose to reincarnate. It's literally programming souls to think that we do choose and we do reincarnate, and it's just a normal, natural thing, you know?
When do you first realize that you might be returning to Earth? S. A soft voice comes into my mind and says, it's about time, don't you think? Dr. N. Who is this voice? S. My instructor. Some of us have to be given a push when they think we're ready again. Dr. N. Would you prefer that they not do this? S. Oh, I'd love to stay, but the instructors don't want us hanging around here too long, or we will get into a rut. Dr. N. Could you insist on staying? S. Well, yes. The instructors don't force you to leave because they are so gentle, but they have their ways of encouraging you when the time comes. Dr. N. Do you know of anyone who didn't want to be reborn again on Earth for any reason? S. Yes, my friend Mark. He said he had nothing to contribute anymore. He was sick of life on Earth and didn't want to go back. Dr. N. Had he lived many lives? S. No, not really, but he wasn't adjusting well in them. Dr. N. What did the teachers do with him? Was he allowed to stay in the spirit world? S. We choose to be reborn when it is decided we are ready. They don't force you to do anything. Mark was shown that he did benefit others around him. Dr. N. What happened to Mark? S. After some more indoctrination, Mark realized that he had been wrong about his abilities, and finally, he agreed to go back to Earth. Dr. N. Indoctrination? This makes me think of coercion. S. Highly disturbed by my remark. No, it's not that way at all. Mark was just discouraged, and he needed the confidence to keep trying. Dr. N. If the guides don't force you, could a soul absolutely refuse to be reborn? S. Yes. I guess you could stay here and never be reborn if you hated it that much. But the instructors told Mark that without life in a body, his studies would take longer. If you lose having direct experience, you miss a great deal. So yes, Earth is a school.
Wow, that conversation, I don't know if it was real or not. It's literally written all over it. Indoctrination, force. I mean, these guides knew how to get to him. They probably poked him at different angles with gaslighting or making him feel guilty for something he did, or him having to pay some karmic debt or something like that. Mark clearly was forced and he didn't want to come back. Because believe me, if somebody actually stood up and was like, I'm not freaking going back, and they didn't think of these guides as actual guides and they knew what they were, they're actually demonic beings disguising as your spirit guide. That's why there's a lot of brainwashing in the new age to think that you got guides and this is a school and they're watching over you or some shit. They're not guides. They're demons in disguise. And they try to guilt trip you and brainwash you and gaslight you and all sorts of things to bring you back here. Because if you actually stood up to them and you were like, no, nobody has authority over me and I am a sovereign being, then they wouldn't have the power to bring you here. They would try. Remember, demons don't really have any power. They don't have any creative powers. All they can do is deceive you or gaslight you or sweet talk and trick you. But I'm going to be honest, I don't think it's as easy as I just explained. But I do know that it's essential to be able to stand up for yourself, to not let any entities have any authority over you. But I do think that this is where they can really control us. And that's why they bring us to this 3D physical reality, from the mind wipe before we're born, and then after we're born, all the programming as a kid, school indoctrination, religion indoctrination, all the media, all the programming, and of course the government. It's kind of like they prime us here for the afterlife, and it doesn't stop there. And I feel like if we are out of our body, we are way more powerful than this. I have a feeling that once we're outside of this body, once we're in spirit form, we have way more power. And I think when we're outside the matrix is when we can actually access all of our supernatural powers. So basically, being trapped in a body and even worse, mind wiped is literally the biggest crime that they've done to us. And I would not stand for it. It is slavery. I would not stand for slavery.
Experience, you miss a great deal. So yes, Earth is a school. It is the hardest school that we have heard about from this research of the spirit world. It's a world where you experience both mental and emotional turmoil and physical hardship, which makes it the absolute hardest planet to incarnate on. Add to the fact that our memories are wiped clean and we completely forget our connection to the spirit world when we're born. It makes it an extremely difficult and challenging experience to be human.
So yes, Earth is a school. It's so funny how she's just accepted this as the truth from just reading a book. She's talking about all these hardships that we go through as a challenge, or like, oh, we are such brave souls to choose this planet to incarnate on. We are warriors to take on all these fucking disadvantages. And she's obviously assuming that the spirit world is where we came from. It's like our home or something. And we have this connection to the spirit world. The spirit world is the matrix still. So it's a shit place. It's where they gaslight souls and they do the life review and they tell you what you did wrong, or you have this karma to deal with and all this fucking nonsense that we shouldn't have to deal with.
Although human experiences can be full of hardship, there is also good that can be done. We help people, we are beneficial, we contribute, even if we don't consciously know it or we aren't obviously aware of it. And so ultimately, because the soul's ultimate goal is to advance and develop, we do choose to keep coming back to Earth because this is the place where we learn the fastest.
She talks about these hardships that we go through, and honestly, from what I'm observing, I don't think she's gone through any major hardships in her life. And she seems pretty young and healthy. She seems like she's got a good life. Or if it's not that, then I think she's obviously under massive mind control and she's got massive Stockholm syndrome. She thinks she deserves it. And no, I don't agree that any good can come out of this. I've explained in other videos that this place is for energy harvesting for demonic entities, and that's all there is to it. We are here solely for their selfish benefits and nothing for us. I mean, of course, we can help others in this realm, but we shouldn't be in this realm and be tormented and traumatized to begin with. So why do we need to be here to help others? Do you know what I mean? And yeah, we don't consciously know it or aware of it because we get mind wiped. So what is the point of all of this? And again, I'm really sick and tired of these content creators saying that we chose this to advance our souls and all the fucking nonsense. Anyway, I've had enough of this, guys. I'm gonna have to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.